We all know I fucking love Stephen King. I love to talk about Stephen King. I had to restart this video like 5 times because I keep ADHD brain going on like all this other cool stuff about it. I'm gonna try my hardest to just get to it. So we all know all of his books are connected. They all take place in Maine and they all have references to each other. For example, in Pet Sematary they reference Cujo. They don't outright say Cujo, but they're talking about, no, animals go bad if you bury them in the pet cemetery and they come back. The ground is evil, it's cursed. And they talk about this other town, I can't remember where Cujo takes place, where there's a dog that went rabid and started killing people. And they're like, dude, that dog probably came back to life. See? Don't push it in the pet cemetery. In another book they talk about Derry and like weird instances of kids disappearing and shit there. I always struggle with Salem's Lot. I think it's just because the start of it just kind of drags on. Or at least that's how it feels to me, because I've said that to people that absolutely love this book and they're like, no it doesn't. The whole start of the book is literally just introducing every single person that lives in this town that we're gonna see later in the story. Dude, just fucking tell me when I get to them. I don't need their whole life story right now. Anyway, so they talk about The Shining in this book, which I completely forgot about, or at least not directly. So I'm at the point where it's giving a backstory to the house and like what evil has lived there. And to quote, she said that on the day that Huey shot her sister, she was 300 miles away in Cape Cod. She had taken a job as a housekeeper for a rich family that summer. She was making a tossed salad in a large wooden bowl. It was 2:15 in the afternoon. A bolt of pain, like lightning, she said, went through her head and she heard a shotgun blast. She fell on the floor, she claims. When she picked herself up, she was alone in the house. 20 minutes had passed. She looked in the wooden bowl and screamed. It appeared to her that it was full of blood. A moment later, everything was normal again. No headache, nothing in the salad bowl but salad. But she said she knew that her sister was dead, murdered with a shotgun. There's like a little back and forth, and then it goes. The idea that Birdie transmitted the facts of her death 300 miles over a kind of psychic telegraph isn't half so hard for me to believe. And I read that and I go, this bitch got the Shining. It's everywhere. Now I'm like, can I hear more about her though? Who is this rich family that she worked for? I tried to look more into it and I just ended up going down a rabbit hole. And there's a list of all these other books that talk about Jerusalem's Lot, which is what Salem's Lot is short for. And now I'm like, well, hold the fuck up. Now I have to read these again.